It's just that because I like the president, he did some fantastic things for the country. We were energy independent. And what a lot of people don't know and has not been broadcast is one of his first executive actions was to give HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities, $100 million a year. For as long as he was president, they never had to come back to ask for money. And of course, he was one of the most beloved presidents by the Christian community. That was a lot of times about hurt him. The other thing I loved about him, he was a businessman, not a politician. So all those positive things is what he brings to the table.
Right. And last question I wanted to ask you, of course, is going to be about, there's a very popular slander against former President Trump, and that is the very famous argument that he is racist. You are a man of color. What is your reaction to that argument?
Well, I'm also old. I remember where President Trump backed Jesse Jackson when he ran for president. You would see pictures of Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Muhammad Ali, Oprah Winfrey, all shaking hands, being friendly, smoking cigars together. Oprah Winfrey actually came out and said she wanted to be like Trump until he came down the elevator or escalator and ran for president as a Republican. Magically, he became racist. We know he's not. There's stories about Trump, and I don't know how many people know this, but there was a homeless woman, American of African descent, living in Trump Tower. And somebody came and told him, he said, well, we've got this woman living here. What are we going to do with her? He said nothing. He let her stay there because so she could have a place to live. So those stories don't get out. And, and the narratives that goes out there about what he says in some of the areas about white supremacists and stuff like that, they never repeat the whole speech. That's why I say it's so important for we look at the whole speech. They say, I'm not talking about those people. They're bad. That never came out.
Right, because many things could be taken out of context, which they have been. If you speeches clipped.
You clip the speech and edit the speech, you can make it sound like everyone to. That's why being in person is so important for anybody who can do it.
And I think that's actually quite a dangerous talking point for our country, because if you divide people based on race, or you try to propagate that message that this man is racist, and if you support him, you're racist, and you just trying to divide people, trying to propagate that message of racism, that actually does a lot of harm, I think, morally, because then people start vying against each other. And our media specifically was founded to unify people and oppose the communist specter, the ideology, which divides people. So do you have any thoughts on how harmful that could be for a nation?
Well, it's very harmful. And as you mentioned a key word, communists. We look back as communism started, what did they do? They pitted the poor against the rich, the proletariat against the bourgeoisie. What are we doing here? We're pitting black against white. They're doing the same exact thing. They couldn't do it with the financial piece because most people now are on the same platform as far as having economic abilities. So what do they pick? They pick color of the skin. And I know that you won't mind me saying this. I hope this doesn't get cut. But truly,
right now, so.
Okay, sorry. But truly, we are all one race created by God, and he made many nations. So we all came from one race of people. We're all one race of people. And as I speak to people, I tell them, you know why we're different colors? Look at nature. Nature's got greens, yellows, oranges, purples, blues. Sunsets are fantastic. Rainbows are fantastic. So why doesn't his children reflect his likes in different colors? So that's why we are all different colors. But we are all one race.
Similar human values as well.
Similar human values. When you get down to it, we all like family. Most of us have faith. Most of us enjoy freedom. So the basics of a family to survive and support itself is what most of us believe in. So, and regardless of your skin color.